My girlfriend's mother said I couldn't give her daughter the life she deserved until she needed my signature. The first time I met Kayla's mother, she ordered a $300 bottle of wine, but suggested I might prefer something from the bar menu. When the check came, she let it sit in front of me, just sat there, watching. Then she reached across slowly, picked it up and said, "I've got this one," loud enough for the next table to hear. Kayla squeezed my hand under the table, but I caught the message. That night I looked up how to buy cheap houses and fix them up to sell. We'd been dating for 2 years. I figured I had time to prove myself. 3 months later, I'd bought my first broken house nobody wanted, but kept it quiet. At Easter brunch, her mother kept switching between polite and dismissive. She'd say something like, "Pass the bread, dear," then immediately mention her friend's daughter marrying into old money. I caught her studying my Target blazer, then my scuffed shoes. I just sat there drinking orange juice from a crystal glass. Kayla asked me later why I was quiet. I told her I was tired from work. She said her mom was warming up to me. I wanted to laugh, but I needed her to think I was worthless. By month 6, I was fixing my 3rd house, but looked like hell. My hands were permanently stained with paint, and my back screamed from putting in new floors until dawn. Kayla worked Saturday mornings. I was actually fixing a big old house 2 blocks from her parents'. Dangerous mold everywhere, bugs eating the walls, but I saw it could be beautiful where others saw trash. Month 8 almost blew everything. Kayla found receipts for building supplies in my truck. The worst part was lying about doing small repair jobs for extra cash. She got excited. She suggested maybe I could fix her parents' deck. I agreed, knowing I was building something else entirely. Month 10, her mother started noting when I showed up late. She'd talk about being on time and having good character, but I was signing papers to buy more houses. She told her book club Kayla was keeping her options open. Her sister actually defended me, but her mother just smiled and said love didn't pay bills. By month 12, I owned 5 houses but still wore the same boots. Thanksgiving was hell. Her mother's colleague's son showed up, Justin from some Wall Street firm. He spent dinner talking about his money and mentioning his beach house. Kayla kept leaving for the bathroom, but her mother kept pushing Justin to talk to her. Month 14 nearly broke me. During dinners, her mother would discuss saving for retirement, always staring at me when she said, "being rich." I noticed the wine getting cheaper, store brands now. That night I installed cabinets until my fingers bled. I'd been studying which neighborhoods would get expensive since 4 a.m. 3 weeks before Christmas, my worker told me about the old factory area. The city was changing the rules so people could build apartments there. That's when I knew. But her father mentioned business was challenging lately. Her mother changed the subject quickly. 20 relatives pretended not to notice. Then everything fell apart for them. Her father's shipping business got sued by a big client. They needed $50,000 in 30 days, or they'd lose everything. Her mother sat at the kitchen table with her hands shaking. Not the woman who'd made me look at restaurant checks anymore. Just scared. Kayla was crying. Said she wished she could help but had nothing saved. Her parents had already been turned down by 3 banks. Her father kept apologizing to her mother. Said he'd failed them. I sat there watching the woman who once suggested bar menu drinks now unable to lift her coffee cup steady. This was the moment. I could remind her of every insult, every look, every time she pushed that Wall Street guy at her daughter. But I just reached for my checkbook, wrote it for $75,000, slid it across the same table where she'd judged my shoes. "This should help you get back on your feet," I said. No strings, no contracts, just the check. They said it was fake, cruel to mock them when I worked retail, but I showed them my phone. 18 flipped houses, $637,000 in the bank, 2 years of sleeping on concrete floors. She looked from the check to me, tears streaming down the face that once performed that restaurant show, and whispered, "I was wrong about you."